Welcome, Harmless. How's it going? I'll probably get started in a couple minutes here. Oh yeah, harmless blobbers? What are you drawing? What kind of blobbers? Are you doing a bunch at once? Alright, let's get started. There we go. Greetings, travelers, and welcome to another evening of Hollowbel Storytime. Thanks for stopping by. I hope all of you have been well. It's been a little bit since last time, but I've been thinking of this story, well, not non-stop, but I've been really excited to return to it. If any of you weren't here for the last sort of episode of Hollowbel's Storytime, we started streaming a game called Golden Treasure, the Great Queen, which is a game about being a dragon that, as far as I can tell, was made by some dragons. It's it's kind of a very, like, poetic, heavily text-based adventure game, but with some interesting, like, other elements woven throughout. Welcome, Crowflower. It's going really well. The flowers are blooming, and I'm blooming too. Welcome, Erica. I hope all of you are doing well. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's been anything new with me. I fell into a fairy circle and discovered all sorts of things in there. As for what they are, though, I won't tell you. They're a secret. But I'll tell you about the game we're about to get back to. In the first sort of stream of Golden Treasure, the Great Queen, we saw our sort of dragon viewpoint character experience birth from an egg. It was really beautiful. They were comforted by the kind voices of the creator, which I got the impression was their parent. I think that was the case. It might have been more abstract than that, but I think it was their parent. And then their parent was killed by some nasty humans. So we've kind of vowed revenge against all of humanity. At least I have. I'm not sure how that's gonna go, though. In the meantime, though, we met a very wise elder dragon named Darktooth, and we've been getting to know them and the sort of surrounding area since then, which isn't the Great Green, but it is like a small valley that is inhabited by all sorts of creatures and also humanity as well. We haven't approached the humans yet, but I just discovered some last time we were playing, so I think this will be the episode in which we get to interact with humans on our own terms. I'm excited to get started. They're referred to as the no-tails, the tailless, the people with bad taste in music. Alright, well, let's get started. A new sun has risen. You've marked it with a claw mark upon the wall of your den. It's day 18. You may leave through the entrance to explore Heartbone Valley, or enter the Dream Nook to rest. It looks like we've been at this for 18 days so far. I believe we have 2 months, though whether... I think dragons measure months in terms of the moon, which, I mean, that's how you measure months, right? So we're probably about 2/3 of the way through a month right now. We have 5 shiny things. They actually are called shiny things. Welcome, Data Race. How's it going? This is the valley. Oh yeah, it looks like we're a little more than halfway through a month at this point, and we have 2 months before the humans in this valley start to raise a stink and, hassle us. I don't really want to deal with them. The no-good no-tails, yeah, they seem like a nuisance. I don't want to deal with them on their terms, but I kind of want to deal with them on my terms. So I'm a little curious about what would happen. I know this is a new session, and this is a world with, like, plenty of safety as well as plenty of danger, but I think let's start the session off by, hassling some no-tails, like, immediately. Ugh. Oh, this is cute. I like, peeking out. You're exploring the warmward part of the valley, staying near to the stream. This sun is particularly bold, and you hear a prolonged splashing sound. What, are you saying these depraved creatures are capable of play, too? It is too irregular to be water running over rocks and too long-lasting to be a predator struggling with prey, and as you approach, the oily, otherish stench of the tailless fills the air. These are smaller than the no-tails which you saw before. Their scents cleaner and newer, but still disturbing. They may be hatchlings of their kind. You are play fighting as young furbeasts sometimes do, honing their battle skills, while 2 more watch, emitting a whooping, barking song. A 5th sits alone on the bank, doing something strange with its forepaw. What do you do? Kill? Okay, that feels a little mean. Let's observe. Engaging in some kind of barbaric debauchery? Is this how, whatever this one's doing, what is this? Some sort of... perhaps some sort of, twisted magic casting or something like that? I don't know if dragons draw things. Well, they have symbols, so maybe they do. Planning the next slaughter in the sand. Typical. The tailless hatchlings are more bizarre than you imagined. The 4 in midstream take turns battling each other. It seems that whoever makes the other one fall is the victor. Up on just 2 thin legs, it's a wonder they're not constantly falling anyway. They continue to make sounds, some of which are picked up and repeated by others. The particular sound of one of their squeals or whines can cause very specific reactions in others, and you would guess that they are somehow communicating with a complex code of sounds. They seem to hate cool, clear silence, constantly communicating when there is no clear need for it. Humans love to do that. But how do dragons communicate, then? It seems a little bit like... Oh yeah, you're right, Harmless. The dragon was clawing out the days, against the walls of their cave, so dragons can draw things too. Or they do, rather. I wonder... Even after a good while, they do not seem to smell you nearby. Are they nose-blind? The one not participating in the fighting seems to be creating a very complex pattern in the sand, with its foreclaw, accenting it with small stones. You try for a long time to discern what purpose this might have, but in the end are forced to give up. The sand pattern doesn't seem to be doing anything at all, nor would such things have any application in natural life which you could imagine. Perhaps this one has a damaged mind. This picture is the shape of a dragon, it looks like. This is the usual dragon symbol. Or the symbol for a dragon, if I remember right. At least, I guess this one's a little bit different, but it's close. I don't think that the symbol is on here at all. I don't think dragons hunt dragons. Well, at least not in the Animal Mastery menu. You're just beginning to learn a few of their basic gestures and sounds when a group of adults arrive from downwind, avoiding your senses until it is too late. You are now surrounded. That's no good. The hatchlings chatter at the adults, who seem to want them to stop play fighting and follow them, but the hatchlings are daring to disobey, seemingly purely for the sake of fun, behavior which would be suicidal in any other species. If you were wondering close to where you're hiding, what do we do? Okay, I thought using our fiery breath to create a diversion would be really funny, but... Oh, welcome, Cindervision. Thanks for stopping by. Yep, Hollowbel streams tend to be on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific. Though, next week I might stream at a slightly different time. But I'll post on Blue Sky and let anyone know who wants to, when I decide to do it, if I do. And if I don't, then it'll just be at the usual time. I feel like I'm a little bit nervous about, letting them know of the presence of a young dragon. Like, considering that at least some of the humans killed this one's mother. You quiet both your body and mind and become like a stone. I feel like this dragon in particular has had a lot of success being, I guess with the earth element, being quiet and cautious. And still. At one point, the wind blows your scent right to the tailless, and you fear discovery, but somehow they sense nothing. They must truly have no sense of smell, or almost none. Though a few of them come near you, your total lack of motion and the shade of the bush you're hiding in do nothing to betray your presence, and the no-tail hatchlings eventually accompany the adults away, stumbling back towards their hive on their stilt-like legs. You've learned more about the no-tails, and lived to perhaps one day put that knowledge to use. You've gained knowledge of a certain mysterious animal. I liked that phrasing. A certain mysterious animal. They certainly are, aren't they? Oh, I was hoping they would be in the animal list, but... maybe this slot, maybe a human goes in here? I think that would be nice anyway. I can't help but feel like something like that might happen. Let's meet some sheep. Fluff beasts? Fur beasts. Pretty close. Here, the hills are being slowly nibbled barren by a multitude of fur beasts. Members of the once brave Surefoot tribe. They are now the slaves of the No-Tails, weak and servile, though their flesh remains savory and healthful. Yeah, I guess humans are a little bit... They're hard to comprehend. They're too strange for the menu. I think it would be nice if you could learn more human mastery by fighting and eating humans in combat. There are many of the fur beasts here, mostly birthers and hatchlings. And you could hunt here several times before their numbers grow thin. Oh, I see. These fur beasts are the slaves of humans. So this is one of those places where the humans keep the fur beasts they've enslaved. I'm sure they won't mind if we have a couple, though. Around their necks, and in the stone walls that enclose them, however, they bear the mark of servitude which the tailless have placed upon them. Attacking these slaves of the no-tails may provide much food, but there may be consequences in the future. Hunt a slave Surefoot? Yes. Oh no! Okay, alright. The time here has been reduced, I see. So if we do anything to alert the humans of our presence, then we can't spend the full 2 months here. I'm not sure how much time we have left now. If it's not exactly 2 months, then that's a little concerning, actually. Welcome, El Helios. Hello to you too. We're playing a game called Golden Treasure the Great Green. We're a dragon. No. Alright, let's get it. Oh no, I don't want to flee the battle. I want to see if I know anything about sheep. I feel like a sheep... What elements does sheep have mastery over? Oh, so El Helios, this game is called, Golden Treasure the Great Green. It is a game about the life of a young dragon, where you play as a dragon in what seems to be an Earth, something like the Earth of medieval Europe, though it might be something else, but with dragons. So you're a young dragon in a world that is full of all sorts of animals and life and dragons, but there are also humans there too, and they're a bit of a nuisance. We're trying to find our way in this world as a young dragon without parents, and learning how to exist even in a world in which we're no longer the apex predator of the world. Trying to learn what it means to be alive in this world. It's a really beautiful game. It's kind of got a, it's got some really wonderful poetic writing, and I'm really enjoying the sort of scenario so far, too. I think brace is how we learn more about animals, so... Alright. It did use... So, earth, then fire... maybe it's earth, then fire, and then it repeats? Yeah, this game is really special. I've never played anything quite like it before. There we go. How is... By the way, I've been bracing in order to learn a little bit more about the sheep. It looks like the sheep is actually quite strong. I didn't really realize that, but... It seems like the sheep stopped using... You can see why the tails keep these for their meat. It is indeed pleasing to the tongue. So the way that battles work, for anyone who wasn't here last time, they sort of take the the form of like a turn-based battle where both you and the opponent attack at once. But there's like a type chart or a sort of like type relationship that uses these 4 elements, like fire, water, earth, and air. And based on the strength of the attacks, it's possible to, based on the strength of the attacks and its type and the type chart, it's possible to like come out of a sort of turn of combat ahead or behind. There's also a way to learn more about opponents by using the brace skill. What I was doing with like coming over here and checking this menu is it doesn't seem like I got it, but the way that fights work is that animals all attack in a sort of internally... They have a consistent rhythm to their attacks. So for instance, I think that one used like a fire attack and then something like 3 earth attacks in a row. And if that battle just kept going, it would keep repeating the same set of moves in loop. At least as I understand it. So battles kind of depend on you learning how the opponent fights, learning how the other animal fights, and then adapting to it. Would you like to hunt another one of the no-tails slave beasts? I feel a little iffy about this. Like, well, maybe now that I let them know, it's fine and it doesn't really matter. Yeah, okay. It's actually fine. I was concerned that, like, doing more hunting here would, like, alert the humans more, but they already know that there's a dragon hunting their sheep, so... Sheep is becoming clearer. We're learning more about them, but... So now we need to chase them down and fight. The sheep is also defensive. Okay, so it looks like it uses 3 earth moves. Something like rock, paper, scissors. Yeah, I think water beats fire, air beats water, fire beats air, and then green, which is the earth element, is neutral. That's how the type system works. And who comes out ahead in an encounter has to do with the strength of, like, the strength of each of your attacks, plus the type advantage. Oh, interesting. It seems like we've taken a lot of damage. Oh, interesting. I guess my, read on the turn order is a little bit off. Okay. Oh, no, it's really just... Is that true, though? Alright, so it looks like, at least according to this, it says that there's like an earth attack and then a fire attack, but I thought it was doing multiple earth ones in a row. The entry says, this is a slave for a beast, its way and even its body twisted by the no-tails over countless turnings to make it docile and obedient. The tailless keep these stone-footed grazers in large groups, allowing them to feed on small plants and then destroying them selectively for food, or, more commonly, chewing their fur off with false claws for their own inscrutable purposes. This one is steeped in the scent of the no-tails, and although its dependence on them has made it softer and weaker than its wilder cousins, it will still defend its body, as may its masters. Animal breeding is kind of terrifying from the outside. Yeah, that was 2 earth moves in a row. It's a little bit dangerous. I feel like we're getting weaker. We're injured. But we could keep hunting. Despite breeding, cats are stubborn. I think that feels fortunate, you know? I'm glad they still recognize humans as, at least to some extent, the other, you know? Oh, darn. I mistimed it. Getting a better sense of how that timing works, though. You walked with sheep while hiking. Oh, that's amazing. What was it like? Was it on a farm, or were these wild sheep? That sounds really lovely. Welcome, Fire Mountain. How's it going? Just chilling. Well, thanks for stopping by and chilling with the dragons. A path through a field and they were hanging out there, some joining. Oh, that sounds so splendid. Oh, we are the people of the valley, followers of new gods. Our flesh reshaped by the tailless, our way unsung and unremembered. Still we endure, lifting our soft voices into the grass-sweetened air. Though we don't understand the music of the flat-faced ones, still they comfort us. Their sticks, their hooks keep danger far away, and we offer our trust to them. Though they chew off our fur with their false claws, though they take away our giver children, never to be seen again, still we trust. In trust there is great power, a future beyond the destruction of the untrusting. This is our way, the good way of the servants' surefoots. When you're in such a position, what is there to do but trust or die? Tailless hunters have been following your tracks. Piss off, tailless hunters. They are not yet near your den, but you must find a new home in the Great Green before you're discovered. What is that about? Alright, this is nice. We've gotten stronger. To be honest, I'm not really sure what this means. I don't want to leave the valley yet. It will take them at least several more suns to find your den. Alright, that's concerning. It's concerning that they're this close already, just because I ate their sheep, like, once. This is treasure, right? Traveling riseward from the conflux reveals steep slopes and high hills. Rugged terrain such as this is not easy on the legs, but treasure is mountain's hatchling is a common saying among the Dratkin. Might the rocky outcroppings hide precious shinestone, or perhaps something even more valuable? I'm really curious about this gold shimmering symbol there. Maybe next time we can find out what it is. As you explore the base of the mountain which splits Heartbone Valley, a curious scent captures your attention. It smacks of shinestone, but with a hint of fire and sweet rot. Yeah, the writing is wonderful, isn't it? It has a really... The perspective is really clear. I'm not sure how to describe it. It's both clear and, like, elegant? I'm not sure how to describe it exactly, but I really love it. What kind of thing is this, though? A hint of fire and sweet rot. This looks like something a human would make. I'm not sure if dragons do metallurgy. Following the scent, you come to the entrance to some kind of den. It's blocked with water-eaten shinestone, brown with decay. Some of the smells which emanate from it have hints of crystal and other stranger things. A spark of excitement runs through your forehead through to the tip of your tail. There may well be treasure here. This looks a little something like a human. I love how it's both poetic and straightforward. It uses few words. Yeah, it paints a really strong image with really sort of straightforward, simple language, but it feels like a sort of... Their view of the world is really strong and clear, and it feels like everything that's said, like, contributes to it, no matter how small. That's how I feel, at least. I think let's examine the cover. This looks a little bit suspicious, like something a human would make. Also, there's something weird in there. What is this? There seems to be a small piece of shaped shinestone a snout's length below the cover. It probably serves some purpose. Perhaps it opens the cover? Use your tail to pull the switch. There's a hidden option. We're not clever enough. Ow! I hurt our tail, but it's probably okay. Oh! Alright. Dungeon crawler time. Once you reach the bottom of the shaft, it levels out. With some difficulty, you manage to turn so that you're moving snout first. There's almost no light in here, making your eyes nearly useless, but traces of interesting scents abound. There is something below, as well as the traces of small fur beasts moving through the area. One moment. You might not be able to see this, but I'm taking notes. It looks like this path is closed off. Okay, we can't just start moving. Oh, a rat! A bear tail. One of a tribe of small fur beasts renowned for their keen senses and knack for survival, even against great difficulties. There's something very strange about this one, however. Something both wrong and right. Surprisingly, it does not flee from you, but approaches and calls out to you with its mind. Actually, this is a little bit... What is this? Why are these hallways square? This is, what is this place? 1 and 1 combine into 2. 2 and 2 combine into 4. 4 and 4 combine into many. By the enlightened mind I bear, which can grasp even number, and in the name of survival this one brings warning. Danger awaits in the abandoned lair of the others. Guardians living and unliving bar the way below. You tempt destruction by your presence. We do not threaten. We only advise. Great kin to be. You've never heard of a mere beartail able to communicate in such a way. Normally, their thoughts are shallow and easily understood. This feels like a bit of a moment where, our dragon doesn't know much, but, like, this is something that means something to the humans in the audience alone. Well, as a dragon, we can try to learn as much about this place as we can, but it makes me a little bit curious about the setting, and it makes me think that maybe the assumption I made about the state of humanity in this world might be a little bit off. You tread within the stiff, sharp bones of a work lair of the Delvers, the sun-fearing two-legged takers from below. Though they are gone from here many turnings ago, their twisting of the Great Mother's body remains, resisting the healing breath of time. The burning ones and their servants from among my people remain. Tread carefully. This lair hungers in strange ways. The Delvers. The sun-fearing two-legged takers from below. Are there Earth humans? And why did these look like ventilation ducts? This one is never ever enkindled envoy of the almighty beast, the undying master, most powerful of your great kin. This one is on a holy mission. The master commands it. More than this is not for you to know, O honored one. So, The burning ones... Are the burning ones... dragons? Is this place... Did it used to be inhabited by the Delvers and now there's a dragon down there? A dragon that enkindles by teaching mice math? Is there treasure below? Perhaps, but there is also danger. Know that there is no treasure in all the world which is worth trading for the destruction of the self. So has the Great One spoken, and so it is. You don't need to eat the small creature. The bear tail makes a low, snouted gesture of submission and respect, and then retreats into the darkness. It leaves not even a scent trail behind, which is slightly terrifying. A beast without a scent is a defiance of all you know to be true. We could exit, but this place is dangerous. This place looks dangerous. We're like at medium health, but I want to keep going. Yeah, this is, there is more going on here. As for what that is... I guess we'll just have to see bit by bit. These are regular enough, though, that... This moment has me putting this game on my 2 playlist. Alright, join the dragons. Get in here, Cinder Vision. Well... Oh yeah, no, these are not like square passages, these are passages made out of square tiles. It seems like we're going up. You have found a curious enclosed space. Plant organs were once gathered here into a trove, though you have no idea why. No Drakh would ever find such things valuable. Some kind of mushroomkin has built a life den, glowing towers like living creatures extending its reach through the compartment. It's interesting that mushroomkin is... I mean, they refer to other animals that way as kin, and... It's fun that they also refer to mushrooms similarly, though they might refer to plants that way as well. Towers like living treasures. Mushrooms are like that, aren't they? It seems to beckon you forward. You've heard that beings such as this are wildly unpredictable. Some are harmless, even beneficial, and some terribly poisonous. Sky-shaded flecks of the fungus drift lazily through the air. A strange tang creeps through your senses. In order to investigate this any further, you will need to breathe in the progeny flecks of the strange fungus here. What will you do? This is a significant choice. But... I think it's probably a bad idea to breathe in the mushroom spores. The mushroom spores found in the ancient ventilation ducts. Probably. However, stay with me here. Sometimes mushrooms can also be good. Sometimes you can get good things out of investigating and ingesting the mushrooms. I think this could lead to something exciting. Also, These two-legged delvers seem to have some kind of cabinet here full of jars, and it looks like the mushrooms are growing out of them, which suggests that perhaps the mushrooms are things that are nice to keep on hand. Well, I guess they could also be poisons that are nice to keep on hand, but... This is a trove of decayed vegetable matter, crowned with a triumphant palace of mushrooms. Beautiful and luminous, the fungal being constantly murmurs itself into the air. What will you do? Sing to it. Search through the vegetable trove. Taste just a little of the blue fungus. Alright, let's sing to the mushrooms. Attempting to find a mind to sing to, you project a standard mental sunrise greeting. What you receive is a string of colorful half-formed sigils and images which make absolutely no sense. Joyful picnics await, overseas children dancing abundantly, prime banquets without opposition, fly with shadowy luster. Let's keep singing. Alright. Let's look around. Alright, we got some shiny stones. You sneeze. Scattering blue spores with a small flash of flame from within. Oh yeah, they speak the mythical, rainbow language. I hear a certain kind of animal called the Gaykin like to speak in that as well. Perhaps the mushrooms are their friends. Well, they're certainly my friends. It is absolutely delicious! Let's keep eating. You have no choice. Something in this makes you want to take another bite, and then another, and then another. You never suspected that something without the sweet red blood of more complex beings could be so delectable. You feel renewed and invigorated. You've gained a little energy. Alright, let's get back to the cave before we start rolling all over the place. Leave this place. Coughing lightly, you leave the presence of the monument. Okay, I have a feeling that if we keep exploring and then don't, like, return now, we might... How do I put this? We might start tripping in the middle of whatever we're doing. Oh! There's some mice. I don't really want to fight them. Alright, we played the dance. Let's leave it alone for now. Let's take a nap. We can come back another day. Something I was thinking about, I think that, Darktooth has something to say to us. Well, this looks like treasure. I kind of want the treasure, but also I do want to go back here after this. Hold up. Actually, thank you, Fiora Eterna. What is this? I don't think these, blue spores dancing in our vision were here before at all. This is because we ate the mushrooms. This sun, you've discovered a hidden outcropping of beautiful shinestone peeking through its mother rock. Oh yes, we did enjoy the fungus. This particular kind, called silver, is of some worth, but you'll either need a mighty fire within or some kind of helpful tool to remove it. Okay, so the dragon is considering tools. We are not strong enough to break this down, or to melt it. There's a hidden option to somebody who knows about tools. Alright. We have more health. Let's go back into the maze. This is the path we haven't proceeded down yet. And this one descends deeper into the earth, it looks like. Alright. We've learned a little bit more about the setting. This appears to be the skeleton of some kind of giant spider, though its smell is fiercely clean. Well, I've never known a spider that wasn't delicious. Nothing to it but to keep at it. The dance of destruction begins. That seemed pretty normal to me. It was just a weird spider. Well, it was a little abnormal, but this place is abnormal, so... They're really cute. What are... So these are little mice. They're not dark sweet. They are a little rat. It seems like these are all kind of listed in an approximate, like, order by size. But... did we learn anything from guarding against this one? Let's try again. Oh no, that's not good. So if they use water again, I would probably benefit from air. The group scatters, though one or two of theirs are too wounded to escape and are easily consumed. Oh. And we keep going. This vein of the tunnel seems to have collapsed from the crushing embrace of Earth. A chunk of Earth's body is here, and some of her shiny essence sparkles within. The crushed vein of the den is blocked off by crumpled earth. It would be too laborious to dig through, but with enough force, the vein could be opened. It looks like there's a hidden option that we're not strong enough to use, but probably if their stats were higher, but... Oh! Is that, That's a little bit... We've been at this for so long that multiple days are passing. Whoa... Oh... You've entered a large square-walled chamber filled with tens upon tens of strange pools. The round basin are filled with angry, bizarre scented substances. Even just taking some of these bizarre essences into your nose makes your mind become unstable, or makes you want to regurgitate. Others have soothing, almost seductive aromas. Most are mottled, containing odors actively at war with each other. No other living beings have been in this room for many turnings. Near the center of a room, on a piece of other mutilated rock, rests a large piece of something like shinestone, but smells far more acrid. Most of the pools seem to have at least a trace of the scent of this strange thing in them. What will you do in the many-pool place? You can leave, or you can dip a tail feather into one of the pools. Nothing good will come of this. Let's do it. You cautiously dip just a single unfeeling feather into one of the solutions, and it blackens, withering like a leaf in the breath of an elder dratkin. Apparently, at least some of these liquids are highly dangerous. Well, nothing to do here but leave. Well, actually, I want to see what the other option presents, or, like, what the other option requires. If you were stronger, you could move this. I see. This music is really, really good, especially for the sort of growing understanding of what this place actually is. In a game with, like, overall pretty, like, quiet, calming music. Hitting something, like, heavy and layered like this at this point in the story is, really good. Oh, another little stinker. This mouse has an orb in its mouth and a flaming branch on its tail. I wonder if this is like... Is this like a bomb kind of situation? Is it going to like light this on fire and then kick at it, maybe? Is this mouse a mage? I mean, I guess in a practical sense, wielding fire is basically... I mean, it's magic, right? I don't think we can learn any more about the mouse, but let's see. The creature speaks. To fire, I give myself now. The creature speaks. Take this body. I am one with flame. That's concerning. As flame touches the black ball held in the bear-tail's mouth, a surge of blinding, pure destruction suddenly surges forth from it, covering your body in pain and fire. When you regain your senses, there is nothing left of the mad bear-tail. Our health gauge is cracked. Our UI is on the verge of shattering. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it at all. I think this is a place that... Covered in spores. Covered in spores is good though, right? We've been in the tunnels for 2 days now. The humans at some point are going to find our den. I'm starting to feel like no highly esteemed deed is commemorated here. Thank you, Cinder Vision. This revealed passageway is dominated by many talons and fangs wrought of pure shinestone. A warm crimson light spills upward from below. Well, it's not actively running, is it? That would be bad. The hidden option... Okay. So if we go in there, we will get turned into Dragon Burger. I feel like some of these things seem like they're the sort of thing that, as I understand it, there are certain upgrades that stick around until, sort of later playthroughs of the game. Looking more like Rat Simulator than Dragon Simulator, true. Oh, is this the end? Really? These small discarded shinestones look like something has been chewing on them. I believe that... I've been keeping track so far, and... I've gone down all of the branches available, so... Unless maybe I could drop more shinies in here and get it to break down or something? No, there's no more options. Alright. Out of here. I'm not fighting this. This is not... This dance stinks, just like the humans' music. Why would a mouse do this? Mice have their own dance. Their dance is beautiful. Why would this one surrender itself to the flame? I bet those humans put it up to this. Okay, thank goodness. I thought we were going to have to actually backtrack all the way through. It looks like, this is something like 15 levels deep? Yes, I was drawing out a map of the place because I thought we were going to have to backtrack, but we didn't, fortunately. The long, clawless paw prints of the no-tails have appeared dangerously near your den, and their scent is now in the air when you awaken each new sun. If you wait very much longer, you are likely to be discovered. You should head towards the entrance to the Great Green. Your time in Heartbone Valley draws to a close. Flee to the Great Green soon or risk losing all. Oh! Your tails and even your tongue are glowing with a blue color. You feel constantly exhausted and simply wish to lie down and sleep for suns or even moons. An elder may know more. That's exciting. You know, I've been thinking. Thanks for stopping by, Helios. Off to hibernation yourself. Get some rest. You don't want the blue spores to infect you, too. Take care. Okay, I will unlock this area, and then I guess I'm not really sure whether we're going to have, this is a little bit weird. You've reached the end of one of the two river forks which give Heartbone Valley its name. Somewhere in this area lies the entrance to the deep forest, the Great Green, to which you must escape before the no-tails find you. Do not tempt fate, but do not be too eager to leave. Once you do, you may not return, and the opportunities for new knowledge and treasure are many, both here and elsewhere in the valley. Okay, I really, really would like to talk with Darktooth again before we leave and move on. But it sounds like the humans are very close. Oh no! Oh my god! The blue fungus, which has entered your body, has been filling your lungs more and more with each passing sun. At last you are unable to take in enough air, fall dormant, and soon enter the great silence. The fungus makes a lair out of your body, which it finds to be a fertile place indeed, and continues to reach out its subtle, deadly fangs towards other hapless creatures. No! Fear and agony fade, replaced by the familiar scent of earth and the sounds of air and water outside your lair. What was that? There were 3 dragons total, and one of them disappeared. Are we like, maybe this is like in, you know, that one human story. Super Mario? With a sigh of relief, you realize that the tragedy you experienced was merely a dream. You are safe, for now. Yeah, you know, Marie, the guy who always remembers death, and, how do I put this? Through his awareness of death, he's able to live again. Something like that. When you meet your end, you'll lose 1 sigil of life and begin again from the previous sun. In such cases, the end you witnessed was but a dream. All gains and losses from that sun are revoked, and you're given another chance. Take care not to repeat the same mistakes which led to your dream death. Should you perish with no sigils of life remaining, you will experience true death, and your adventure will end. A new life must be begun. Though some benefits, such as tarot cards and creature mastery levels, will remain. Fate will spare you but a few times. Only those who are bold yet cautious, brave yet wise, will survive to fulfill their destiny and complete the cycle. May you be warned, and may you be blessed. Okay, so I see a slight problem here. I see a slight problem, which is... Your scales and even your tongue are still glowing with a blue color. We feel constantly exhausted and simply wish to lie down and sleep for suns. Alright. I think that we respawned on the day that we succumbed to the mushrooms. The blue spores are very fun. Look. I simply can't acknowledge that. You know, if there's one fungi here, it's Darktooth, gender neutral. I think Darktooth is the only one who can save us. Great One, Great One, I'm a little bit fucked up right now. The blue fungus is a presumptuous, troublesome thing. Great One, I'm tripping bad, homie. Like all fungus, it is other, unrelated to the plants and beasts born of earth and sun. Its descent was before the age of rising, when air and water were still weak and fire was strong. So in this world, fungus are from space. That one's not an uncommon story, is it? You know, the sort of, what is it? Panspermia, I think? Oh, interesting. Other is unrelated to the plants and beasts born of earth and sun. You know, something I'm still thinking about is that fungus are considered other, and the tailless are also considered other. And I believe that somebody, I forget who, please feel free to, you know, say in the chat, but like, I believe at least one of you said last time, like, maybe the humans are from space too. And I wasn't really sure at first. It seemed like, you know, couldn't humans just be a part of this world? A product of this world too? They might be, but then again, after seeing that spider, it's hard to really say, you know? We have lived in relative harmony with the fungi. Some are even beneficial. Beware those which emit their own light or have strong colors, however. It could bring destruction to even to great beings such as we. Beware those which emit their own light or have strong colors. Okay, so if they glow or they look really tasty, then they're probably going to poison you. If it has taken root within, you must make your own body inhospitable. Certain warriors among the tail beast tribe carry a deadly venom. Consuming one raw will eliminate the fungus from you. Warriors among the tail beast tribe. Like the... Oh, the tail beast. A snake. So we need to eat a snake. I hope that, I guess I'm a little concerned because if Darktooth can't help us, we're just gonna die tonight, aren't we? There is another way as well. More certain and immediate, but only a desperate youngling would willingly choose it. There are two prices to pay, one of treasure, and one of agony unimaginable. Alright, let's do it. Preparing for this is impossible. My only counsel. Endure. Darktooth, I trust you with my insides. Faster than thought, Darktooth has pierced your flesh with its dark fang. The wound is tiny and shallow. It is obviously being gentle, and there is almost no pain, only a tiny bit of your essence escaping. You wonder what agony it was talking about, and briefly entertain the possibility that you were extremely resistant to pain. So when Darktooth starts to cut into us, the background starts shifting rainbow. And then it begins. You barely have time to realize you've been injected with the poison of an elder drug. The pain. The pain. Your soul is writhing in your breaking body. This should not be. This pain should not exist. This was never meant to exist. Please, death, come. Our user interface, our UI elements are almost, totally shattered. At last you regain your senses. Darktooth is silent. There is nothing to sing. You are certain that poison, strong enough to kill the largest creatures of an age of titans, purged the fungus. Though it was just a tiny drop, it nearly wiped your very spirit from your body. This cure came at a high, high price indeed. And yet, we lived another day. Okay. The situation isn't ideal, but Darktooth has more to say, and I think that it's probably... I know that if we stick around much longer, we'll lose all our shiny things, but this feels like a place worth spending our shiny things. The elements. The Great Four, as your legs uphold you, so do they uphold reality and cause its movements and its progressions. They come into being through the circle dance of the cosmos, from the longing of sun for earth and earth for sun, and of all beings for each other. They are these. Air, bearer of songs, the great uplift, element of speed in the mind. It resists boundaries, invisible and unstoppable, searching always for new ways. Of all the four, it is swiftest and most free. Oh, we gained some air mastery from talking with Darktooth. Fire, the devourer, the hungry one, element of destruction and power. Within, fire is the sacred lust which drives all good beasts to the dances of creation and destruction, the will to power, pride, and ambition. In the outer reality, it is the bright dancer, the seed of which we carry within our cores and breathe out upon our foes. Water, the ever-changing one, shapeshifter of three forms, element of hidden things, transformation, and the senses. Water is the very essence of the great birther, without which she and all of her hatchlings, even the Drak, would perish. Water flows red within and clear without, but in any form it shifts and changes to fit any vessel. Of course blood is water. Learn its truth, for life shall twist you into many shapes, and unless you are like unto water, you will shatter. Earth, the endurer, the nurturer, element of fortitude, patience, and wholeness. It is the flesh and bone of the Great Mother, strength of the mountains, and the land beneath our claws. Undying, unshakable, it moves not of its own volition, but remains always itself. From it we learn to be steadfast, to know ourselves, and to build up our bodies and our treasure troves into unassailable peaks beyond all detraction. Both within and without, these elements guide, facilitate, challenge, and inspire all beasts. To know them is in the self, in other beings, and in nature, is to know the true cause of every effect. Fire devours air, air dominates water, water destroys fire. Earth stands alone, undestroyed and undestroying. Learn these truths, and in all battles you shall be elegant and powerful. Such is my song to a young kid. Great One, sing to me of the Delvers. Like the no-tails, the Delvers are other seed, of this world and yet also not. What does that mean exactly? So the no-tails are of this world, but also they're not. Is this like at some point they came from space, but now they're here? Is it some sort of like they maybe humans are no-tails are actually from this world, but they ate the space mushrooms, and then they became strange and developed weird minds that, maybe it's something like that. And then they became other too, because they ate the mushrooms. That's a story people like to tell. They dwell not where the bright sun reigns, but deep within earth's flesh, in the hollow places they find or make themselves with their strange music. So the Delvers are two-legged, but they're not no-tails. What are they then? There, they shine their overbright lights upon Earth's most sacred treasures, and rip them out with the shinestone unfangs or artifacts, which shake even stone apart with a harsh rhythm. Like the Drac, they store their treasures in vast troves, though they do so for twisted and impure reasons. The ruby Drakkin, who dwell in the great below, often come into contact with them for the possession of great things, and the onyxkin are their sworn enemies. So the ruby Drakkin are deep underground. I thought the Delvers might have been like the Earth, or like the deep underground Drakkin, but it sounds like they're not. And that they're enemies. And the onyxkin, which I think might be space dragons, at least they exist in some kind of beyond, are their sworn enemies. Still, their behavior is slightly more predictable than the surface no-tails. A few wisekin have been able to manipulate the Delvers, trade, or even ally with them, but such things are rare. Alright, now I'm like really, really, really curious. They sound like no-tails with very advanced technology, but some of them even communicate with dragons. Welcome, Xandra. You learned some interesting things about this world. Well, are you going to bed, or are you simply sleepy? I'm not sure if you were around before this, or if you just dropped by, but it's nice to see you either way. As with all other seed, great caution is advised in dealing with the Delvers until their music is fully comprehended. This one knows the secret of the Delvers, but a hatchling cannot have enough treasures to buy such valuable knowledge. Seek and discover, but gently. That is what a wise hatchling would do about the Delvers. Such is my song to a young kin. Welcome, Xandra. Welcome, Silver Changeling. You're here and sleepy. I'm here and sleepy too. It's nice to have you here and sleepy. Oh, we saw some mice earlier, by the way. They were rather strange. They spoke in strange tongues and talked about numbers and fire. One of them used a bomb. These were very strange mice. Yes, Sandra, like that. Mice have advanced, haven't they? They really have. Subtle beings are those who exist, and yet have no visible body of their own. Some, like the spirits of the Great Four, who we call elementals, are shards of a greater truth trickling down through our reality. Elementals are shards of a greater truth trickling down through our reality. That's important. That sounds important. These are to be treated with great respect, but also caution, for the truths they sometimes possess are so powerful that they can break both mind and body. Some subtle beings are not expressions of greater powers, but merely echoes of destroyed beings whose music can still be sensed. These are called ghosts. A ghost has neither body nor mind, and cannot learn or grow. It is like a scar. Though the moment of injury is long past, it remains behind to mark the sundering place. All ghosts fade away in time, but they can make particular places very unpleasant until they do. Some subtle beings are simply illusions, unliving phenomena which somehow mimic life. These are not truly beings, but sometimes even the Drak can be fooled into believing they are. The others are capable of creating such things, woven of light and sound, but without substance, and so they are counted as subtle beings, but are more accurately thought of as false rather than subtle. Finally, there are beings who swarm unseen about us, tinier than the tiniest of tiny beings. They cause various effects. Some are harmless, and some bring illness and unrest. They have many names, though they are commonly known as diseases. Oh, because they make you uneasy. Some less knowledgeable beings may speak of an illness brought by a subtle being, but in truth, it was brought about by beings so small that nothing could be done to stop them. Know which kind of subtle beings you face, and proceed accordingly. Such is my song to a young kin. Enkindling. Darktooth's crest feathers lift slightly. Though mild, it is the first time you have seen the kin elder surprised. Enkindling, I believe, I'm not certain, but I think that might be what happened to the mice. Is that right? Oh yes, last time we did in fact meet some very tiny beings that made us very sick. Enkindling, I think, was what happened to the mice. The mice that spoke of numbers and fire. Such truths are not often known to hatchlings. Speak to me of your knowledge. After explaining your encounter with an enkindled being, and offering Darktooth 3 shiny things for its counsel, it's silent for a short time, as though considering how to respond. All beings undergo subtle changes from generation to generation. They are refined, transformed. Darktooth sings, the song measured and careful. It is possible, by sharing one's essence with another, to accelerate the process, incurring eons of flow change upon life within a shorter span. Such an act never changes a being's essence, but both body and mind may be drastically altered. New gifts manifest, new ways of expressing the truths which slumber within. Great caution which must be observed when the sacred power is used. The hatchling before me must grow much wiser and much stronger before more is said. The sun, only this will be sung. The true nature of all beings, from the largest to the smallest, is bound to the heart of the one song. Bringing these forth is the essence of enkindling. Such is my song to a young kin. Is enkindling like learning? Is that the idea? That's what I interpreted it as at first, but they also said both body and mind may be drastically altered, so maybe it's a little more abstract than that. Uplift. The true nature of all beings, from the largest to the smallest, is bound to the heart of the one song, bringing these forth as the essence of enkindling. What is a wake leaf? Yay! I think that, either we should leave the valley or the humans are already here. He achieved the 2nd grade of mastery in the fire element. And the 3rd in the air element. This looks pretty good, all things considered. Oh, we only have one shiny thing. We spent all of them on funny items. I think, though, that it's worth trying to get out of here as soon as possible because the no-tails are coming. Right. We might be able to find more things here, and I'm curious about this human that seems to have a glow, but I'm out of here. Maybe on a second playthrough we can return, but I like this. We've come to a sacred place. I like the eye formed by the branches in the sky. If we click on— whoa, 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 whoa. What was that? It is— did this happen because I clicked on it? Or is it just a subtle thing that happens here? I think it's probably just the scene breathing. I'm not sure if there's any way to interact with things. Like this is some kind of game. Oh, that's it. Oh, hey! There's more to it. These are also shining. Oh my gosh. Okay, I see the animals now, yes. The animals in the eye. This is a sacred place. Any good beast could sense it, a verdant gateway redolent with laurel, mint, and sweet decay. A being more powerful than even the kin has claimed this place and what lies beyond. This is the entrance to the Great Green. The Great Green, the forest primeval where your people have hunted since the first kin emerged from its chamber, is infinite in its beauty and its danger, changing as the turnings pass. Though its denizens of long ago are mostly gone, the spirit of the Great Green remains, forever in its perfect state of constant transformation. This is the end of Heartbone Valley, where great Darktooth lays claim to the land and the No-Tails build their inscrutable objects. No Tailless has suffered this place beyond with its otherish presence. Once you cross this threshold and take for it your own, it shall be your true home, your domain, and you may never return to Heartbone Valley unless it be by Darktooth's permission, or to challenge him, a feat of which you will surely be incapable for centuries. The trees sway gently, and in them you can see almost hidden shapes, visions of what may be, how you might build your life in the wild. Has the time come at last? Will you gather up your treasures and leave Heartbone Valley behind to begin the next verse in the song of your life? I think we will. Deep in the core, you sense that this is the boundary of your infancy. If you continue, there will be no returning. Are you truly certain that it's time for you to leave Heartbone Valley, the place of your hatching, behind? I think we are. She's leaving the nest! You return to your den and swallow up your treasures. You know that they are mere trinkets compared to the wonders that await discovery in your true home to be, but they represent the trials, the precious failures and successes from which you first learned, and you will regurgitate them when you have found your lair within the Great Green. Pausing, you take one last look at the tiny den, already too small, which was your first home outside the chamber. It will become a haven for other good beasts, and you begrudge them not. You've made up your mind, and this land is no longer your home. As you return to the boundary and take a single step across, your feathers rise instinctively. The spirit of the Great Green is watching you, judging you, and it's not alone in doing so. Oh! A friend! A coppery mass lunges at you from behind a nearby tree. You narrowly avoid being hit by a raking talon. Do you want to be my friend? Your attacker is a true kin, and a hatchling as you are. From its scent, it's obviously fruit of the same creator. Oh my gosh! Are you... Alright, it's big sis time. Well, maybe. They seem like a younger sibling if they're just coming out swinging. One of its rear legs is warped, withered and inward turned by some cruel trick of the One Song. You decide to call this young kin Twist. Oh my gosh, they break their leg literally once, and their sibling won't let them live it down. It draws itself into as much of the traditional posture of challenge as it can, and hisses at you. Invader. Defiler. Turn back the heat. The heart of the Great Green is mine. Hey! You're my adorable little sibling. I want to be friends now. I alone am worthy to inherit the prey-ripe realm of my creator, the land for which it suffered, for which it was destroyed. My justice shall depend on all who enter, as surely and inexorably as the fall of night. Be gone, or feel my wrath. Alright, this one can use earth and fire, but I got all 4 elements down. I think if this one tries to fight us, they're done. We have 3 in everything except for water, and unfortunately I think water would be helpful for here, but... How come our, Oh no, our symbols are actually more full than this looks. I'm not sure why the UI hasn't updated to, like, display all of these symbols, but it's because we're wounded. Oh no, I don't like that. Alright. I think... Can I use this? Maybe not right now. I see, so this is what injury does. Okay, thanks for the information. Yeah, I think there was an option to use it in the den, so I think we're just going to be weakened in our encounter with... Apparently Twist has claimed the Great Green, and quite recently at that. It's not properly scent-marked to the border, nor does its essence yet creep through the soil or sing through the wind, as it does when the land recognizes a new monarch. What will you do? There are lots of options, and some of these sound kind of fun. Inform Twist that you are its sibling and closest kin. Obviously, I am not nose-blind. We are indeed kin within kin, but what of that? Our creators scattered many small life fires about many chambers. Some lay follow the seed of life, incomplete within. I found one such and consumed it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they would do that. Others escaped the chamber, but were destroyed by weakness of body or mind or essence. They were failures. So it is with many in this deadly yet impartial reality. But I forged a glowing greed in my core, a blue-hot desire to overcome, to gather all to myself. Good night, Erica. Sleep well. And I endured, and so have you, kin of my kin. This sun, and we shall discover which of us shall inherit the territory for which our mighty creator gave its life. I'm gonna keep on learning. I am the flame of the flame, the one who overcomes. Though still in my infancy, I am feared by every long ear and tree tail in the place of my beginning. Hey, me too, buddy. You ain't special. My greatness is such that the one song has been fit to challenge it, to place a challenge in my flesh, a recognition of my exceptional nature. Had my form been perfect, I would surely claim all Earth for myself. Oh, this little shit. I love them. The smallest dogs bark the loudest. But for now, the heart of the great green will suffice. The viridian air is redolent with prey scent, and a power slumbers here nearly equal to my own. It shall serve me well, be gone or be crushed beneath the weight of my incipient glory. I'm gonna express pity. You sing a gentle song, expressing your sympathy with Twist's deep misfortune. I'm gonna piss them off. You bring up the question of whether it would be fair for a healthy and perfect kin such as yourself to take away the land of one such as Twist, who can never be truly healthy and whole. Oh my god. Encouragingly, you praise Twist for surviving this long and hope that it will continue to do so, despite its obvious defects. Holy shit, our dragon is kind of cruel. As you swing, Twist's crest feathers rise, and even its chest puffs outwards. Its tail lashes back and forth in fury. Oh my gosh. If Twist just killed us for that, I wouldn't blame them. I will not be pitied. You think me so weak that I need your mercy, tearing my sacred pride to shreds and leaving me low and dim and smoldering. I will reduce you, diminish you. You shall be broken, unmade. Even the last good beast shall pity your smashed and twisted form, and then you shall know true agony. You shall know. We are injured. So we can't use these in combat. That's a little unfortunate. Well, nothing to do but give it a shot. Oh, we're, like, way too weak for this, actually. Okay, so it was, water and then fire. I wonder what it'll use next. Maybe... I see fire within. And then a symbol of earth and fire in its head. This is a very dangerous situation, but there's nothing to do but use what we've got. Two fires. So if it attacks with fire next... Oh! This isn't good. We got killed again. Okay. I really need to eat this. I think that was way too hard. I think we need to rest, even if we get spotted by the tailless. No, we're playing dangerous games here, but... Alright, we've got the health. We gotta go. I think that this is it. Welcome, Mary Alpin! This game would play really fast if you skipped through all the text, but that would be a twisted thing to do, unless you've read it once already. The first section of the game was great. We ate some slave sheep, you know, the ones on human farms. So we had to sort of rush our exit, but before we left, we saw something very strange. We entered an underground cave full of square tunnels and found some, interesting things inside. And then we found this stinker. Our silly little sibling. I've decided that they are our little sibling. They might not be, but they seem like a little sibling to me. Can it be? Can it be that in so short a time, a hatchling could gather so much treasure as to cause another to turn away from its own land, even newly claimed to possess it? Well, here's exactly 5 shiny things. You insult me with such a paltry offering. Keep your mere almost nothing. This land is mine. I think, I don't need to express pity at its deformity. I think... Oh! As challenged, it is my right to set the terms. If you can answer 2 riddles, one after the other, I shall withdraw forever. Savor that fantasy while you can. You will not be victorious. Interesting. I thought that they were just gonna try to kill me. My fur and feathers are green, though my essence flows not red. Your beginning was within me, and so shall be your end. What am I? Is it... like that? I'm not actually sure whether the Earth is referred to as Earth here, but I'm gonna try it. Oh, really? That was right. Yahoo! Alright. Well. We're 1 for 2. 1 out of 2. Let's do this. Sun and moon may rest upon me, yet I am not burdened at all. I have no face, but when I dance, I sing. Though I am not your home, still you may dwell in me for a time. But stay not too long, not too long. What am I? Is that it? Sun and moon may rest upon me, yet I'm not burdened at all. I have no face, but when I dance I sing. Oh, like the wind maybe? Though I'm not your home, still you may dwell in me for a time. But stay not too long. I think it might be sky or air. I'm not sure about this though, this seems a little dangerous. No! Times unnumbered have you taken me in, and just as often given me back, only to take me again the very next moment. What am I? Is it air? Breath? Okay. Hooray! We are victorious. Your superiority proven, Twist is forced to slither away in search of a new home. With so little land unclaimed in this world, and weighed down both by youth and deformity, its chances are slim. But such is the way, the good way of the Drakkin. The strong survive, and the weak perish. Nothing now stands in your way. It's time to cross the threshold. Is there really no way for us to, like... We can't exist here together? They're my stupid little sibling. I don't want to send them away. Well, it's fine. With Essence Ablaze, you enter this realm, this place of magic, this setting for the grand adventure which will be your life. The great green shall belong to you, and you shall belong to it, so it is sung by the music in your heart. Maybe one day we'll find other ways, once our stats are higher. Following custom, you journey for 5 full suns after leaving Heartbone Valley. Your new home must not be too close to Darktooth's. You will need a good and wide hunting ground, and the Elder's power should not be slighted. This is a really beautiful picture. You are gloriously alone. There's no trace of the No-Tails here, nor has there ever been. Their kind has never marred the heart of the Great Green, the wild forest primeval. I hope that continues to be the case. I hope that they don't start burning this place down 2/3 of the way into the story or anything like that. That would be unfortunate. This turning of Earth draws to a close. A colder wind ruffles your feathers. Oh! Fire Mountain! I wonder if the riddle you got wrong's answer was water. I thought sky too, but water also works since the sun and moon are reflected in it. Is there a text log in this game? I'm not sure if there's... Water sings when it dances waves. Oh, that's good! I like that idea a lot. I think you're probably right. Nice catch, Fire Mountain. A Bone-deep fatigue sets in. Your first great sleep looms. You must find a lair to claim and a place to lay your body and your treasure. Great sleep. Is that like a hibernation? One crisp sun you see it, a high swell of Earth's flesh. A place of sight and safety. It's high enough to survey the lands around it with impunity, yet low enough to allow easy access for a young kin such as yourself who cannot tread the air. This place is so beautiful, and yet, if I were writing a story about beautiful beings in a beautiful forest, I think the humans would start tearing it down close to the end. That's just how I would go about it. Maybe this author is kinder. Near the top of the great hill, you find a source of blessed water murmuring down the stones into a small pool. The earth beside it has been hollowed out by some good beast in times now gone. It will take time, but you may be able to expand it into a proper lair. Your weary paws are unwilling to move from this place, and you drink deeply from the cool, clear water before going to sleep inside the shelter, hoping for a sign that this hilltop refuge is meant to become yours. Oh, pretty! As you sleep, you dream. Something is touching you lightly, so lightly that it is only a touch of soul, but you smell its mighty essence around you, over you. It is greater than the greatest kin, and yet less than the least, devoid of a body, and yet it holds your entire being within itself. It cradles you in a wordless song, which is the wind in the grass and the flowing waters. The trees sing prayers to it in reverent creaks and rustles. It remains with you for a time, and then silently withdraws, your innermost being reaching after it as it passes from you. Oh, cute! This is a really cute picture. When you awaken, you know in your core that the soul of this land, the spirit wood, heart of the great green, has accepted your presence here. Your essence and mind are in agreement. This land shall be yours. All that remains is to announce your claim to the other kin, and hope that they do not challenge it. After scent marking the surrounding regions, you lift up your forepaws from the ground and spread your wings, reaching out with voice and mind. You sing the traditional song of claiming. Here I stand under sun's gaze, my claws firmly rooted in the land. In the name of air, water, fire, and earth, I take this land unto myself. Its flesh is my flesh, and its essence my essence. All good beasts here I claim as my prey, source of my life. All treasures here I name unto myself. So it is sung, and so it may be. Only the wind answers, and as the sun fades with no challenges nor replies from any other kin, this land is now yours by right, and not a moment too soon. Your first great sleep is nearly upon you. You dig out a smaller chamber within the cave opening atop the hill and lay your body down within it. Your mind is slowing, sliding downwards into a warm void. The last of your strength you seal over the chamber, and the darkness swallows you. Part 2. For the structure that we raise, time is with materials filled. For todays and yesterdays, the blocks with which we build. Thus alone can we attain to those turrets where the eye sees the world as one vast plain and one boundless reach of sky. H.W. Longfellow, The Builders. There are no measures within the great sleep. You've become unacquainted with time. After a beyond long absence. Actually, you know what? This is a good place for a break. I'm gonna take a 3-minute break, and then I'll come back. Let's Let's just leave things for a little bit. But I'll see you again in a few minutes. Take care, everyone, and I'll be back shortly. Where is it? The game? Yep, there we go. Welcome. I'm back, everyone. Thanks for sticking around. Mary often says Hollowbel is always doing things shortly. Hey now. Look. One moment. Can I, maybe it's an ordering thing. Hmm. How do I... One moment. Can I... I was hoping I could... How dare you? It's okay, Hollowbel. You can let it out. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for understanding, Fiora. You're allowed to be upset when people make fun of you. That's right. It's healthier than bottling it up. You're right. Thank you for understanding. Well, I am mad. I can't believe this. I can't believe you would insult me. Now I'm taller. Hey, wait a second. I can't believe you would come into my channel and say these sorts of things. No, no. Curse you all. I'll never live this down. Well, I'm going to return to my story. Welcome, Krungo Kong. You entered at a rather inopportune time. There are no measures within the Great Sleep. You've become unacquainted with time. After a beyond long absence, your mind begins to drip back into your body, a drop per moon, per sun, per turning. You cannot be sure. Hi, Krungo Kong. Where did you come from? Eventually, you can feel your flanks moving with each slow breath, your limbs, scales, feathers. When you at last feel your eyes go, ugh. I went to eat something tasty. You open them to the darkness, briefly. You see nothing, but it's still a minor victory. Suns later, you guess. Bless me? That's right. You're able to drag your claws against the packed wall of dirt sealing you in. You're so weak that you feel you may die here. At last, however, you see signs of light. You're desperately thirsty and so hungry that you cannot even feel your core, but you've survived your first great sleep. You widen the gap and squeeze your body out through it, surprised at the difficulty. Can we go over to a pool of water? Oh my gosh! Wow! Hey, we're bigger now. The reason soon becomes clear. You've shed the short limbs and coppery armor of infancy for more colorful coverings and a larger, sleeker frame. It's almost like having a brand new body. You've left your old life in Heartbone Valley behind completely. We're green now. I wonder if this has anything to do with... Actually, we've mastered air more than we've mastered earth. So I don't think we're green because of our earth mastery, but green and gold. Yeah, that's true. Oh, I see what you mean. The green of great and gold of treasure. That's it. Variations for different elements. Interesting. Maybe this is... Well, we do have rather vibrant wings, so maybe this is, like... Maybe we've become aerial? Or maybe this is earthy. I'm not really sure. The Great Four have put their mark upon you as well. Your armor and feathers have taken on the colors of elements which you've favored. Already you're unique, different from all other Drakh. The sight of your current self fills you with pride. Quite a long time must have passed, but you've endured. The warming earth below your paws, the air flowing over the hilltop, and even the water which you now drink, all taste of adventure. Your world has grown larger. This is beautiful. This land, the Spirit Wood, is greater than Heartbone Valley. As you explore and claim its treasures, you'll be tested in new ways. With each success and failure, you will learn and grow, and be able to take on greater challenges. Right here is more diverse, and also more dangerous. Tiny creatures can no longer sustain you. Treetails and long ears are too small to fuel this new body. You must seek larger prey. In time, you will also have to deal with other Drakkin. Challengers may attempt to take your lands from you at any time, and the nearby territories have masters of their own. You are still too young to challenge them for their lands, should you desire them, but not too young to learn their ways and truths. Setward from your lair, you can barely make out the great tree, where rests the spirit of the Great Green. Also, I'm getting a little tired of standing up here. I'm just gonna... One moment. Okay. I'm not standing up anymore. Huh, that was exhausting. Being tall is too much effort. Isn't it easier to be small sometimes? The no-tails have no presence in the first forest. Your time here is limited only by your own growth and your ability to protect against those kin who would take it from you. Your infancy is over, and your adolescence has begun. Yay! We're adolescent! Explore, grow strong, and find treasure. It is only by learning that you will gather the power necessary to become great. Well, we're already gold, and we're already green, so we just gotta become great. A new sun has risen. Your song of life continues. You're very hungry. If you do not silence another living being and consume it soon, your ass is done for. You were tall for a pretty short amount of time. Yeah, it's true, but, you know. It's hey now. Come on. Not again. Look. 6 inches isn't even that small in the first place. I don't really see what the big deal is here. You know, for a fairy, 6 inches is pretty tall. Not that I can prove it, but have you ever seen a fairy taller than 6 inches tall? I didn't think so. Things shorter than 6 inches, like bacteria and ants. That's right. I am taller than those things. How do we... Oh, I see. This is like a place where things are paused, and we can... Oh, what's all this? Is this our treasure? Is there something more here? I think it's just our treasure. Water? Oh yeah, we can check ourselves out in the pool. The sight of your current self fills you with pride. Screenshot. Yeah, I get that. Alright. Let's go to the Great Green. Dragons belong at Pride. That's definitely true. I don't know if I've ever been to a Pride festival that didn't have at least one dragon there. If I did, it wouldn't be much of a pride festival, right? Alright, let's hunt some, what are they called? Tail beasts? Okay, well, we're a teenager now. I think the best thing we could possibly do is hunt a being called a deathbite tail beast. That sounds like a great way to die, honestly, and we have 1 life left. But I think we've caught the scent of a long ear on the breeze. I think it just mentioned that these ones are a little bit... Okay, so we already know these quite well. Oh my gosh, we're so much bigger. This rabbit is done for. So this rabbit just used an earth attack, and based on its entry, it sounds like it will next use a water attack, and then a wind attack. So water is beat by air, or wind. Let's just say air. And then next it will use an air attack, which we can beat with a fire attack. Wow, true. Fire Flash? In its fragrant flesh, you taste the flowers of spring, the grasses of summer, and the hidden root treasures of the fields. That was delicious, but we didn't actually get very much. I think we have a lot of health. We could probably take a feather beast. Oh, it's an owl! A night skyclaw. Oh, this is way too hard. I don't think we're ready for this. A real hoot, huh? Okay, let's get the Deathbite Tail Beast. I'd like to learn more about them, but... it sounds like... it looks like we're not strong enough to go after this one, but... don't know enough about it. But we at least know its story. This is a tail beast, one of the people who traded their limbs in exchange for survival long, long ago. This particular one, however, is of a warrior tribe and houses a dread power in its maw. After a bite, it may inject a fluid into its enemies, which is hostile to life itself. That's scary. That sounds like Darktooth. Our poor dragon's Darktooth trauma. Only hatchlings of the kin need fear death from this, but sickness and agony will surely be yours at any age if the deathbite tail beast pierces your armor. That's a little bit scary. I'm afraid to get poisoned by this being, but we're hungry, so we gotta eat. So, earth, water, air, so it's like level 2, 2, 2, 2, I think. Okay. And then earth, so maybe this will be a water attack, which I can counter with air. No, it was actually earth, air. The tones for the elements remind of Chrono Cross, from Chrono Cross. Is that the tones like the sounds that they make, or the tones like the colors here? I've never played Chrono Cross, but that's a game I've been really curious about, honestly. You too shall become a dragon, Cindervision? Wonderful! I'm really excited for you. I hope you enjoy. This game is wonderful. It's really, really special. I hope you have a nice time as a dragon, and I'd love to hear how it goes. The sounds, I see. Yeah, it's really cool, isn't it? Or, Chrono Cross, yes. Wide narrative games? Welcome, Xeno! All is egg. Yeah. Enjoy your time while all is egg. It won't last forever. So we have, like, earth, water, air, earth, air. Maybe this will be earth again? No, it's water. I bet that's the cycle. Do we know enough to know their pattern? I bet it's like 6 elements long. So this should be super effective. Yep. And then, if we use a fire ability here... Can we see what our abilities do? Maybe in, There we go. You've prevailed in the dance of destruction. What will you do with the now silent body of the deathbite? Oh, I was wondering about this, because it's poisonous, right? So, probably... we should prepare it first. So if we roast the snake, then it's safe and surprisingly satisfying. Okay, so we don't fully understand the Deathbite tail beast, but we understand it a little more closely. I enter the womb of the Great Mother, feeling the soft fur, the love of my brothers and sisters. I leave her womb and am reborn, the wind in my ears, the lush and verdant feast before me. May we all return to earth and sleep within her perfect body. May we all be reborn with each departure. This is our way, the good way of the long years. I want to enter the womb of the Great Mother, feeling the soft fur, the love of my many brothers and sisters. That sounds wonderful. I think it would fix you, you know? I see what you mean, Atelier Zeno. I wonder if moles are the same. Being bunny is soft. It sounds like it. That sounds wonderful. So this symbol is a dragon? Call upon Darktooth? Yeah. What's up, Darktooth? The trek back to the edge of Darktooth's territory takes most of a sun, but once you announce yourself, you are not kept waiting long. Scarcely have the echoes of your song faded when the dark-winged elder appears in the sky, gliding down to settle before you. Look, aren't you proud of me? That's how I feel about Darktooth. I love Darktooth. I want Darktooth to be like, wow, you've grown up so much. You're truly a splendid young dragon. I respect you now. I mean, Darktooth, I don't think Darktooth ever disrespected them, but I want Darktooth to think we're cool. A young kin has survived its first great sleep. No longer a hatchling, though still earthbound, formed and malleable, like clay. The spirit wood, heart of the great green, shall try, temper, teach, test. But there are other lessons which may not be easily learned from nature. Perhaps a young kin is prepared to begin the great lesson, or does one come for another purpose? What is the great lesson? Oh wow, there are all kinds of things here. Are we out of shiny things? I thought we had some shiny things. Maybe not. We have one shiny thing. Alright, never mind. The great lesson. Cindervision learned an exciting thing already. Does it have to do with... Well, I won't ask you that, just in case it's not what I think it is. If it is, though, then I hope to learn that thing on a future playthrough. Beyond all single questions which can be asked, there rest certain truths which reign over reality as the kin reign over all good beasts. This great lesson imparts such truths. It consists of various trials, meals for the mind. One who is found worthy shall have powerful verities revealed, which illuminate the path to wisdom. You had the opportunity to ask but a few fleeting things, and one answer was enticing indeed. That's exciting. Yet wisdom is power, and all power comes at a price. When a young kin feels as though it is worthy, and can bring tribute, it may begin. but safety is not guaranteed. Interesting. Can bring tribute to who? Does Darktooth run this? Truth, like all treasure, can only be earned and never given. I think Cindervision, I might not ask about it just in case, I'm a little bit nervous to say much more. Or to sort of mention details about it myself, just in case I bring something up that you haven't seen yet. Darktooth and you are talking about the same thing. It sounds like it. Alright, let's explore a little more. This place, the Great Green, looks really, really vast. I do half wonder... It looks like the sea is out here. This looks a little bit... Well, it's probably fine. It really is special, isn't it? Oh no, what's this? Water is enamored of this area and gathers in countless pools and marshes. Trees melt into tall grasses and cotton-tailed plants. This area is dangerously close to the huge marsh known as the Empire of Reeds, an area claimed by a sapphire kin as its home. You may hunt water beasts here or request an audience with the Reed Lord, but perhaps other things may also be found in the wet and warmered green. I like the way the rivers here sort of look like blood vessels. They do, yeah. This looks kind of like... I feel like the way it's painted reminds me a little bit of, like, the inside of flesh, you know? The meat and arteries. The Earth's verdant flesh, that's right. Though... This fucko. Who is this? I don't like the looks of this. I thought they said there were none of them here. However, who the hell is this? Get out of my forest. What? Oh my gosh! No way! Could it be? They barely make any sound as they move from plant to plant, touching a leaf here, caressing a flower there, their long-fingered forepaws, their small mouths. Yeah, no. This is good, actually. This is fine. Their movements are measured and slow, as if every step, every gesture was carefully planned. I wasn't expecting this, but they are brightlings. With their mostly hairless, untailed bodies and stilt-like legs, they bear some resemblance to other seed species, such as the no-tails and the delphers, but they are altogether different in scent and in spirit. They look like, well... They look awfully fey to me, but I suppose the question I would ask in this world is... why did the Fae look like humans? To a dragon. Well, maybe we'll find an answer. Why did these beings, rather, look like the tailless, rather than any other being of the forest? Any being of the forest, more specifically? What is their nature? A facade of no-tail birther scent cannot hide their true aroma, which is like blackberries and lightning, holding not the slightest trace of decay. Each of their scents are exactly alike. As for their inner essence, you cannot see the elemental spirit lines of their true selves at all, or rather, their whole bodies seem to glow faintly. Are they made entirely of tiny spirit lines, or do they have no true essence at all? Both seem impossible. At the moment, these three are engaged in touching, smelling, and occasionally even tasting every tree and plant they come across. They never destroy anything, though occasionally they pick up a fallen leaf or pull up a small herb or flower whole, still with its roots in soil, and place them in a small sphere of melted sand briefly, before carefully placing them back where they were. A small sphere of... Oh, like one of those. Hey, Hollowbel, what do you think the small sphere of melted sand is? Don't ask me such questions. I thought they were my friends, but... perhaps the time is for the hunting. Well, no, I think let's observe them a little more. I have a feeling if I approach them openly, they're going to run away, but... no, I'm gonna approach. As you approach, one notices you, and then all three are suddenly looking at you, with piercing violet eyes. The first signal warning to the others made no sign. How did they know? It is as though the three share one mind. Because you cannot sense where their minds are, you have difficulty singing to them in the usual way. There is no surface upon which to paint your feelings and ideas. However, they do not quail or shy away from you. The scent of fear is wholly absent here, which in itself is more than a little disturbing. As one, they slowly approach you, forepaws outstretched. It seems that they wish to touch your head. In a moment, their digits will be upon you. What do? This poor dragon has never known the tender feeling of being pet on the head. That, for the first time in their life, is about to change. Despite a feeling of rising fear, you remain stationary and allow them to touch you. You feel a jolt, a spark, as they make contact, but you are unhurt. They proceed to gently inspect you, smelling your skin. One even uses its small pink tongue to taste your crown feathers. Might their tongues be as sensitive as yours? Oh my gosh, not just head pats, but licking? They back away and stand still for several moments, and then return to their prior investigation of the green, ignoring you. I hope you tasted good. Well, it's probably fine even if we didn't. Many questions follow you back to your lair. How is it they neither fear you nor prey upon you? Why did they wish to touch your body? Like the no-tails, the Brightlings are mysterious. But their total lack of understandable intentions makes them even more fearful. That was really nice. I don't know why there are strange fairy-like beings here, and it's especially strange that they look like humans, but... I like this. They do give dragons head pats. I think these people are friends. Even if they look like the Tailless, their music is better. The Empire of Reeds. In the Mind Song of the Good Beasts of the Great Green, that is the name given to this place, grasskin dominate the land for Sun's journey warmwards from here. The mortal mind cannot comprehend the transcendent logic of the forest fairy. That's right. Isn't this the place that the samurai are from in Elden Ring? You know, that's what I thought of too, Marie. I also thought of Elden Ring. Heartstone becomes rare, replaced by a soft reality of water, sweet muck, and life in tremendous variety and volume. Stately spear bills were wade between tiny islands. Water-bound creatures swarm in the shadows. Hard-shelled claw snaps ply the mud, and larger creatures of many kinds visit to graze, drink, bathe, and hunt. I wonder if a dragon could get struck by lightning. That'd be interesting if they could. They might. Of course, the slush territory would not be without a drac to claim it. You now stand at the boundary, scent marked by the kin whose home this is. What will you do? Let's announce our presence. You sing a song of annunciation. The mighty rush of air from your voice startles nearby feather beasts, sending them skyward. Soon afterward, a kin appears, one of the Sapphire clan. They're so cute, who have power wherever water rules. It is capable of flight, judging by the size of its wings, but still young for an adult, perhaps only 100 turnings old. 100 turnings old? Is a turning a day or a year? I figure it's probably like a year, but maybe a day? I'm not really sure. A sun would be a day. That makes sense. Years. Okay, yeah. Perfect. They're an adult, and yeah, we've probably lived like at least 100 days ourselves. I mean, we lived like 20 years or 20 days and then slept for a very long time, so a turning is a year. Perfect. Thanks. Its mind song is fluid and graceful, starting with small shapes and then expanding images and emotions outward in all directions. I like how the watery dragons are kind of, they're very smooth. They look very smooth. Our dragon is like very feathery, but this one is sort of smooth and its wings are kind of fin-like. I am the slow, hidden current which builds to a crushing wave. I am the patient breeze which rises to a tempest. I am the Reed Lord. I am the Reed Lord. Will you address Tempest, the Reed Lord? While your Emerald clan became enamored of the Great Green, my clan made a pact with the Great Blue. We gave ourselves over to water, its rhythm, and its music. A lot more like a penguin. Yeah, they do look like penguins, kind of. I see the similarities. Our bodies flow freely through it, and we can hold air within ourselves longer than any other clan, allowing us to dance in the dark depths which sun has never seen. Fire holds little sway in the water realm. We bartered away our flaming breath for a new kind of fire. The sparkling lances which spread, shock, stun, and kill. Oh, speaking of lightning and dragons, I actually see so the sort of like symbol, the halo above this dragon, is like a circle of water and then two, fire sort of symbols in the shape of lightning bolts. So lightning is a type of fire. and it's in fact one which the Reed Lord possesses. Still, we have far more in common than otherwise. We are kin as you are, the true children of above and below, greatest of the beasts save for sun and earth themselves. We seek treasure and prey and dominion. We are the true kin. Tempest listens to your introduction patiently, and after briefly considering your acknowledgement of Tempest's territory and your request to acknowledge your own, answers. So shall it be. I have little interest in the cold word dry skin. And furthermore, that land is overblessed. The spirit of the Great Green lives close by. To claim it as territory as you have done is perilous and presumptuous. That makes sense. We kind of just stepped into this forest and we're like, this forest is mine now, which feels like a draconic thing to do, but at the same time, here, where water and life are plentiful, is the home of my choosing. Remain far from my empire, and I shall mirror your inaction. The Reed Lord in the same voice as the Fire Lord. Yes, Marie, I was doing that. Thank you. Ah, I miss the Fire Lord. If you don't know what I'm talking about, play Atelier Eska and Logi. Darktooth is an elder of my clan who lives riseward from here, in a mostly barren land infested with the tailless. An elder of... Oh, is Darktooth a member of the Water Clan, then? Or the Sapphire Clan, I guess? Once it was overlord of many tides, but it abandoned the cool waters for a dry wasteland. It is one of the 7 great elders, the Paragons. Paragon? I cannot claim to understand its purposes. Its wisdom is far famed and its songs carry the weight of mountains, though some of its recent actions seem strange. I've come to trade with Tempest. I have one shiny thing. A mere child such as you is unlikely to have anything of interest to the Lord of the Empire of Reeds. Perhaps when you have grown greater, there will be more to sing of. As you return to your lair, you cannot help but wonder whether you will one day reign over such a fecund and delicious territory. The thought inspires you to grow stronger, so that you will be capable of seizing it from another, and also worthy of keeping it. Let's do some hunting. Shift scale. Have we actually hunted shift scale before? I don't think so, but... Yeah, let's learn about shift scale. Actually, before I continue, something I've wondered about. There are these tarot cards that apparently stick with you throughout playthroughs, but I don't think we found a single one yet. There's one you can find in part 1, and I know where to find it now, but... Help a great warrior to its final rest. That's something that I haven't done either. A rare treasure from below the mountain? Not that one either. Experience death. I guess true death, not losing lives, is something that hasn't happened yet. The Spirit of the Green, the Clan Singers, the Wood Striders, the Brightlings, Darktooth's Test of Wisdom. Allow no hunting ground to perish. Interesting. Oh, there's a part where we can fight the Master of the Empire of Reeds. Skyward reach. The sacred space of the No-Tails. Help a wise tailless complete its masterpiece. That's exciting. Bottom of the Fire Mountain. Defeat a marauding titan, though not as yourself? Go from birth to the Grand Moot in one continuous life. That's exciting. End your story by purging a poisonous race from the body of Earth. That's exciting. By traveling somewhere far, far away. That too. End your story with an incredible rebirth. And open the dreaming door. In the time of creation, share a dance with a mighty warrior. What's that about? Some of those things made some sense, and some made no sense at all. But maybe they'll make sense one day. Darn. Okay, let's try again. No! The shift skills keep escaping. It's rather frustrating. I'm hungry. I want to eat. Oh no. This one is way too strong. Alright, that was... We went hunting and ate absolutely nothing. What is this? Returning from an outing, you stop short of entering your lair. There is a potent smell wafting from the cave, gray-green and odious. Cautiously you step inside, and looking up, you realize that the ceiling is moving, little waves rippling across the surface. The cave is full of featherless flying fur beasts, shriekers, thousands of them. They sing impossibly high songs to each other in a mesh of sound which tickles your mind. Despite their having been here for only a short time, their leavings cover the floor. Watching you, they seem to be waiting for your next move. Attempt to decipher their strange singing. That sounds interesting. It's not clear what they're singing. Yeah, I think that this one is probably too hard of a check, but we can use Fireball. Not fancying the idea of your treasure being regularly defecated on by shriekers, you belch up the fire seed and breathe it outward. A single blast should be enough to convince them to leave and never return. That was when you learned that the waste material produced by shriekers is explosive. The shriekers attempt to fly away, but some are caught in the blast and tumble squeaking and clicking to the cave floor. You are knocked backward by the force, points of light stabbing through the darkness behind your eyes. You tumble quite a ways, and the hard landing brings even more pain. Your fire has been reflected back upon yourself. Dazed and wounded, you are at first afraid to re-enter the lair, but as the moon rises, there is clearly neither sound nor scent of the intruders left. You have evicted them quite powerfully, and they were will almost surely not return. Not all of your treasure survived the blast, though you learned something about not using your flame as a first resort in an unfamiliar situation, and are tougher for having survived an explosion. That was funny, but... well, we're still alive. Barely. I feel like we should probably rest, though. Rest and heal. Our capacities are slightly diminished. Let's rest even a little bit longer. Alright, we're close to death, but this hunting ground has recovered, so let's eat. Alright, we've learned of the Deathbite Tail Beast. So it uses water, which means next it's going to use either earth or air. So if it's air, then fire will help. Alright. Water and then air. So next will be earth. And just brace through it. Oh, we're getting weaker, but... air again, which means that fire should be enough. Oh, thank goodness. That was a lot of food. Moderately sized feather beast. Oh, the owl was actually really strong, so I don't think we could take them. A lesser stink strike. Oh, great! A stink strike. This one looks really cute. I bet it smells good. Where are they? We don't really know much of anything about it, at least how it behaves. Now this is a small yet formidable fur beast. It is called a stink strike due to the overwhelming smell emanating from its rear glands, and its lightning-quick, vicious strikes. Its long body is reminiscent of your own, with small yet powerful limbs and a flowing grace to its movements. Comfortable in all environments and brave almost to the point of idiocy, stink strikes are renowned for almost never backing down from a fight, and many a larger predator has learned that they are simply not worth the trouble, at least not if they're healthy, or even alive. They eat almost anything smaller than themselves, and seem to burn with an inner fire so fierce you can taste it. That's really nice. I see they have green and red, it looks like. I'll guard and learn some more. Oh, I didn't actually catch what color that was. Their last attack. Is it air or earth? Oh, this is earth. Oh, it was wind. Okay, thank you, Harmless. So wind, then earth. Then fire. This was earth again. I wonder if this could be air next. In which case fire would be the way to go. Yep. We've taken a lot of damage. It feels a little dangerous to keep on going at it with our stats lowered by this much, but I'd still like to hunt some more. This pattern is different from what I wrote down. I thought it was like air, earth, fire, earth, but this looks like it's air, fire, fire, earth? I think this might not be... Maybe I'm misunderstanding how these patterns work, because this looks different than what I thought. I mean, if this really was what that said, then the next attack would be fire, and a water one would be good against it. Well, I guess that's the case. But this is inconsistent. That was actually an earth attack, so I expect the next one will be air. The Lesser Stink Strike. Oh, we learned all about them. We are the people of the inner flame, shining undimmed before our enemies. A warrior is not defined by size or strength, but by spirit. Most battles are decided before they are begun. If you would be victorious and free, know yourself as such, and none will dare question. This is our way, the good way of the Stink Strikes. The Sting Strike is cute. Hidden, hidden among the dying heather, I wait. Hidden, hidden within my fangs, it sleeps. Mightiest am I. For while others may carry destruction in their large bodies, their heavy limbs, I carry it all in my small, small mouth. With every breath, I taste your end. This is our way, the good way of the Deathbite clan. I like the Deathbite clan. We are the people of... Didn't we just see this? I guess it showed it twice. I'm getting a little bit tired, but I think I'd like to continue just a little bit longer. Okay, our capabilities are slightly diminished, so it would be really nice if we could undiminish them. Alright, this is more like it. I would really like if we could level up fire and water, but we don't have that yet. I'm a little curious about the mountainside, but I'd really like to see those sparkly people again. I want to see them again. Interesting. The sacred cathedral of trees, some of which are said to be as old as the Great Green itself, is known to all as the home of the spirit of the green. Its name is revered even by the Drac, and is the basis for the name of your entire territory. Only a fool would enter this area, the sacred glen, with anything but utmost respect and trepidation. Well, that sounds scary, so I think I think rather than going there, I'll plunder the surrounding lands for treasure and then go to pay my respect. Wow, shiny! A brief but harsh pat of rain drives you into a small cave while exploring the sacred vale. At first it appears unremarkable, but then you discover that it is home to rosy treasure. The walls are marbled with purple-red gem crust. It sleeps in sheets, nestled in a bed of ages. It is too infatuated with the stone to be parted by your claws and teeth, however. You will need some other way of coaxing it forth if you wish to add it to your trove. What will you do? Let's ask Darktooth. Alright, so Darktooth wants half. I see how Darktooth does look a bit like the water dragon we saw before. You grant Darktooth the proper permissions, which is amusing since it could obviously enter your territory at any time by right of its power and size, but such things must be done for tradition's sake, and retire to your lair. On the morrow, you discover that the cave has been gutted to the bedrock by some unknown art of Darktooth's. Darktooth, how do I play Minecraft? Several chunks of the violet gemstone have been left near the mouth of the cave, which you transport back to your lair. The bargain is concluded. I really wanted to see how Darktooth did it, but I guess we don't know. We have a lot of treasure now. How much treasure? We have 20. That's good. I would like to go to the Glen, though. Oh, the maze. You have been here before, and yet you have never been here. This place beckons to you, and yet it also terrifies you. For you have come near to the old tree, lair of the spirit of the Great Green, in whose honor they call you part of the Great Green the Spirit Wood. Even the greatest of kin would not enter this place lightly, but still, a corner of your soul longs to cross over the boundary from what is to what is. There you approach, flesh-clad and temporary as you are. Let's attempt to reach the heart. Oh, this is nice. I love this. As you descend into the hollow which cradles the sacred tree, you lose sight of it. The wood becomes a twisting maze of paths, and you cannot seem to find your way forward. All paths lead back to where you begin. Hey, I'm great at navigating forest mazes. I can do this. Even sun seems to be hidden from you, kept out respectfully yet firmly by the trees, faithful vassals of the Old One. Suddenly, you spy one of the Long-Ear tribe. Oh, this is a really pretty Long-Ear. Actually, this one's halo is gold and silver. I don't think I've ever seen a creature with a golden halo before. It stands upright, its ears erect, and yet you smell no fear. Turning, it vanishes into a maze of undergrowth without making a sound. Out of the corner of your mind, you perceive a soothing rush, like the sound of a stream, and yet you know there are no streams near here. Harness the power of water, which rules perception and transformation, and follow the spoor of the Long-Ear. Okay, well, we cannot continue. We aren't strong enough. Try as you might, you cannot manage to hold on to the Long-Ear's scent. As sun begins to die, you lose all trace of it, and are forced to turn homewards. Perhaps you could return when you've learned more of Water's Way. Okay, so failing at a water check raises your water strength. I remember something like that from the first day we played this game. Something about how failure is a great teacher. And now, our water element is stronger. Oh, we can weaken enemies' fire attacks. That's good. Guess it's probably good to hunt some more. Deathbite Tail Beast. So if I used an air attack... Yep, that was enough to win. a white black. I don't think we learned much about the white black before. Oh, I like this, a sun caller. A certain kind of bird called a sun caller. I think that's a nice name for them. I love the different names of all these creatures. They're so cute. Oh, a blackburn! I love blackburns. The white-black is a type of bird that I thought we had seen before, but... a roseate spoonbill. I wonder what that would be. Is it a type of waterwing? Something with a spoon-like bill. A tusk snort! A tusk snort! This game is wonderful. I love this game. Oh, a white-black. A white-black is known for being both clever and annoying in equal measure. Oh, it's this bastard. It's this motherfucker. The one from the start of the game. Okay, if you know what I'm talking about, then, you know what I'm talking about, and if you don't, then, probably my hostility at the white-black sounds unjustified. They're best defeated in rap battles, it's true, but only by people who can actually rap, unlike us. Thank you, Tristy. In our next life, I'm gonna destroy that blackbird, or that black-white. Oh my god, Marie. White black, known for being both clever and annoying in equal measure. Like their close relations, the blackbirds. Their intelligence is beyond question. Few, if any, beings so small can boast such dense and inventive minds. However, their cleverness is sometimes so extreme that it becomes stupidity. They are quite mercenary, sometimes ripping pieces off of much larger beasts to eat and leaving them bleeding, but also very proud, quite convinced of their own superiority. Well, we'll see who's superior now. Oh, we just killed them. Your tongue informs you that you may have been better off not hunting this contrary feather beast, but as you slowly absorb its flesh into yourself, an image comes unbidden to your mind. 5 silver nuggets, 6 golden ones, side by side, and 7 what? Something important. How interesting. I want to learn more about the white-black. Oh no, it escaped. Come on. Well, I think by observing them, we actually mastered them. which is what I hope to do. 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a girl, 4 for a boy, 5 for silver, 6 for gold, and 7 for a secret never to be told. Never, never, never to be told. Do not questions taste best in the absence of answers? Such is our way, the way of 7, the way of the white-black. This game is so cool. This game is really cool. The secret is that all white-blacks are punk-ass bitches. That's right. This game is really cool, isn't it? I love this game so much. I was thinking about going to our friend, what is it? Darktooth? And learning from them a little bit more. But I kind of would like to maybe do like one more story event and then stop. And I feel like tomorrow learning from Darktooth might, or not tomorrow, but like next stream learning from Darktooth could be a nice way to sort of get back into the Great Green. Start with, I guess we can unlock a zone kind of near the start, because I feel like the deeper we go, the harder the challenges will be. This is the approach to the high moor known as the Skyward Reach. Trees and thickets are rarer here, replaced by brown heather, steep slopes, and heavy stones. A tribe of hardy and tasty surefoots resides here. A surefoot, but hints of sulfur on the breeze suggest that you are nearing another kin's domain. Tread softly. Maybe we can just slow down by hunting. Well, actually no. This looks like a surefoot event, so maybe if we hunt them, that'll cause problems. You find yourself walking along the high edge of the Spirit Wood, where Earth's flesh wrinkles and folds into slopes and ravines. Ravines? Here you come across a curious place where the land seems to have recently come loose, sliding downhill like water. Oh, great! You move over the soft, fresh ground, feeling the damp soil through your paws. Suddenly, you're surprised by a muffled yet desperate song. A stone nearby shifts slightly. Giving it a wide berth, you circle around, smelling and tasting the air. And you discover that the stone is blocking a small alcove in which a creature is trapped. A surefoot birther, and carrying young by the smell of it. It sings a bleating, plaintive song of succor, calling on others of its kind to come to its aid. You taste essence on the air. It's slightly injured, probably in the landslide. It's been trapped here for at least a sun. Poor thing. You scent no others of its kind anywhere near. With your long talons and flexible body, it may be possible to move the stone. A trapped young heavy creature would prove a lavish and filling meal for a hungry kin. Having smelled you near, the surefoot is now silent and afraid. It knows that its flesh is savory and nourishing. What will you do? With your powerful claws, you easily rip the unsettled soil from the great stone's base. Quickly, the soil gives way to progressively larger stones. You claw and heave the earth from the slope, leaving a mound of dirt behind you. Finally, you're able to reach the bottom of the boulder. Setting all 4 paws to the earth, you ply your body to the rock's base, shoving hard against the stone. The surefoot cowers, unsure of what to do, as you labor for its sake. The boulder, a true child of steadfast earth, insists on keeping its new position. Vexed, you dig deeper and more fiercely at the softer edges around it. And at last, the boulder does move. Unfortunately, the move is inward instead of downward, and the surefoot bleats in alarm as it is pressed into the back of the makeshift den. Looking at it now, you know you could never dislodge it. Neither all could of the Surefoot's people, if they found it, and digging it out would take its sons. The birther is now doomed to a slow death pinned between earth and earth. Its body will rot in the hillside. You try not to listen to the Surefoot's renewed cries as you leave. You have, however, learned something from this failure and grown stronger. Alright everyone, that was Golden Treasure the Great Green. This seems like a great stopping point for tonight. Thank you for stopping by, everyone. Are you enjoying this game? I certainly am. Where's a good... Yeah, I thought that was a good stopping point. Oh hey, Poison Slime. This game is really unique and beautiful. I'm really, really loving it. It feels so... it's such a beautiful view of this world. I really love it, and I'm looking forward to being able to share more of it soon. I feel like with both the exciting events of our sort of early adventures in the tunnels, and also, you know, our continued maturity as a dragon, and adventures in the Great Green, I'm really excited to see where things go from here. I'll be around next week, either on Monday or Wednesday. I haven't decided which yet, but I'll share on Blue Sky which place I'm on, and you can always, you know, follow as well if you'd like notifications. Or just reach out to me, somehow. If you want to reach out to me, go to your nearest forest and step in a fairy ring. If you can't find one, look harder. Thanks again for stopping by. It's been great sharing this story with you, and I'll see you all again some other time. Take care, everyone.